Hi and welcome to the final part on indices. In this lesson we are going to be carrying out more difficult simplifications involving indices. Now I will warn you, this is quite tricky. We're going to be using fractional indices, and for this I would say if you aren't comfortable using fractions and fractional indices to go back to the previous videos that covers that. So let's jump right in. So let's simplify y to the power of 7 over 2 times y to the power of 3 over 2. Okay, well first thing is I can see that we're going to be using the first law of indices because we've got two numbers of the same base and they're multiplied together, so we're going to be using the first law of indices. So we're going to be adding up these fractional indices. So we have to add 7 over 2 plus 3 over 2. Now you got to add the fractions. Luckily for us, it's quite straightforward because we've got the same denominator. So it's just going to be y to the power of 7 plus 3 over 2, which is y to the power of 10 over 2. Do we leave it like that? No, because 10 divided by 2 is of course 5. So we can simplify that further to say that it's y to the power of 5. And that is the correct answer. Alright, so let's go for another example. Again, we're having to this time divide two numbers. So we've got x to the power of 2 over 3 divided by x to the power of 5 over 3. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the second law of indices, which states we have to subtract these powers. So we're going to be subtracting the indices, which is 2 over 3 minus 5 over 3. Again, straightforward, we've got the same denominator, so we can just 2 minus 5 over 3, which is x to the minus 3 over 3. Now this simplifies further again, because minus 3 over 3 is the same as minus 1. And if this question was to ask us to leave this as a positive power, or a positive index, then we would use the sixth law of indices that states a negative power can be converted, and this is going, in this case it's going to be 1 over the x, and it will be 1 over x to the power of 1, but we've dropped the 1. Okay, and now let's go to question 3. Now this is tricky, so we're going to take this very slowly. So follow along, pause, rewind if you need to. So let's simplify this. Now what I can see first of all is we're going to have to expand the brackets, so we're going to multiply this term with each of these individual terms, which means we're going to have to add or subtract the indices. So let's change this so we've got a bit more colour. There we go. So maybe I'm hoping this will help it, it'll be easy to follow. So now we're going to multiply these together, and then we're going to multiply these together. So the first part, we've got t to the power of 2 over 3 times t to the power of 5 over 3, take away, and it will be t to the power of 2 over 3 times t to the power of t to the minus 2 over 3. So we've multiplied each of these terms with the 2 over 3, t to the 2 over 3. So let's evaluate, well, let's simplify this. We're going to be using the first law of indices, so we're going to have to add the powers. So it's going to be 2 plus 5 over 3, and again we're going to be using the first law of indices here. We're going to be adding the powers, and it's going to be 2 minus 2 over 3. We've still got the minus here, so don't forget this minus. And here, this is where a lot of people find this tricky, is that we've got a negative index, sorry. So we're going to add 2 plus minus 2, so it'll be 2 take away 2 over 3. So this is going to be t to the power of 7 over 3, and this part here, what's this going to be? Well, 2 minus 2 is 0, so it's going to be 0 divided by 3, which is just 0, so that's going to be t to the power of 0. Now is that finished? We've got one more thing that we can do here, and that's using our knowledge that any number raised to the power of 0 is just 1. So then we can say that the final answer is t to the power of 7 over 3 minus 1. And that is it. So If you've got this and you understand this, then you are in a very good position, but you have to work up to be able to do this, and you've got to take it slowly. But if you've got that far, well done. If not, don't worry, just go back and practice. Knowing how to add fractions is obviously a bonus, and knowing how to expand the brackets, which we are going to come to in a later video anyway.